Terrace Church, a very good afternoon. Singapore has just went through the general elections 2020. We hear talks on leadership and leadership renewal. The early disciples and the church leaders during Jesus' time had their lessons on leadership. They too intended to be the very best leaders that they can be, and they were concerned on which position or what position they will be serving in their capacity. See, in Matthew 20, verses 20 to 28, Jesus revealed to them that the leadership of the church, the Christian leadership, and the leadership of the world is totally opposite. That is to say that while leadership may be portrayed in their time to be a strong Roman citizen, a Roman leader, a Roman soldier, the Christian leadership that Jesus introduced is about having the heart of a servant. To be a leader is to be a servant. First shall be last. Jesus came to serve and not to be served. Such a concept is still too radical for our human mind to put into practice. It is easier for us to teach on putting on the armor of God in the face of spiritual realm and spiritual warfare, where we stand strong and we fight. In Christian worship, we talk about open the eyes of our heart to worship you. And we can see God. But leadership as a servant is against the human grain to apply. We are trained to take charge. We have the expertise to exercise and the charisma to execute. Yet Jesus' mindset, attitude on leadership is servanthood, or simply a servant. In other words, work your way down the lowest if you want to be a leader like Christ in Christian leadership. Would you, for this lunchtime Devo, explore with me to walk your way down the ladder? That's the uniqueness in our Christian journey in discipleship and in leadership. And I use this word leadership in a very broad sense, that if you just want to influence one person, one friend, one sibling, one member of the family, one person in church, one person in society, one person in your office, then you are already a leader in your own rights. Just noticing Jesus' style of teaching on leadership, he pointed to his disciples one clear lesson that day. The secret of maintaining leadership is unity, and the secret of unity is humility. So even to this day, we are aware how quarrels divide, how church splits, how denominations disagree with one another and divides. Whenever there is a contentiousness, it is a revelation of pride. Pride, we know, whether it is in an individual person, a family, an organization, or even in a church, always destroys, divides, set one person against another, causes conflicts, break up marriages, and unity of any sort and every sort. When tempers are hot, emotions are aroused, and patience is strained, how do we get people, how do we get Christians, how do we get leaders to come down and start thinking of a humble attitude of unity is humility? The answer is Christ. In Philippians chapter 2, verse 7, it reads, "Rather, Jesus made himself nothing by taking the very nature of a servant." That's the answer. That is a Christian with the right attitude and a good example in servanthood. No wonder Mark Twain once said, "Few things are harder to put up with than the annoyance of a good example." Let's appropriate Christ's lordship in creation. In verse 9, we know, "Therefore God exalted Jesus to the highest place and gave him the name that is above every name. True biblical leadership occurs in humility, and when one recognizes the greatness of Jesus Christ. The leadership of Christ, here you see, is in his complete obedience, that it's translated in his servanthood, applied in his life and ministry. Jesus did not conform to the leadership style of the world in his day. He did not have an important title besides his name. He did not live to make his name great and to leave a legacy of being a reputable and most famous name on earth. It is God that has made his name supremely exalted in the world and in the world to come. Therefore, God exalted his name to the highest place and gave him the name that is above all name, or above every name. God will continue to exalt the humble. God bless you as we explore, as we walk your way down in Christian discipleship and leadership. God bless you.